Yo, what it do? This is the first episode of Crash vs. Real Life. Crash Dummy Corleone and the family presents Crash vs. Real Life. So basically, what I'm going to do is every week, I'm going to push myself. I'm going to try to, strive to be a little bit better at my goals and get things accomplished in life. And see, you hear this? I'm just going to be real. Let's quit the bullshit. You hear this? You hear when I'm talking? Automatically, I start to get out of breath. Like, what am I out of breath for? Is it because I'm fat? I'm sitting on the couch. I'm not doing anything. It's anxiety. That is something that I deal with on a daily basis. And it's hard to explain to somebody, But I'm sitting here. I haven't done any strenuous exercise. I mean, I have a little bit of trouble breathing out my nose, but, isn't that a little bit crazy? I can't breathe almost. I'm out of breath. And all I'm doing is getting ready to shoot this little vlog to tell y'all, what Crash versus Real Life is. And honestly, I'm glad that kind of took over me for a second, and I noticed that because I'm trying to listen to things. I'm trying to notice what don't sound right, and I'll, have to start over and do this and do that. But, that just kind of happened to me, and I realized, that's what this is about. I want people to see me dealing with my anxiety, depression issues. That's another thing. It's got to where it's almost okay to admit to your anxiety, but your depression, that's still a no-no. But anxiety's always been my biggest thing. But with anxiety comes depression. Doctors tell you that, and a lot of times you're in denial. You're like, I'm not depressed, but it creates it at the very least. But also comes procrastination, and so many ideas and so many things that you want to do, but you're just stuck there. You just can't move. You got too much going on in your head, but it's almost not that you're scared to do it. It's like you subconsciously just put it off, or at least for me. I can't speak for everybody, but subconsciously I put things off. I procrastinate and I don't do what I want to do. I have all these great ideas, but I can't push them forward. I can't get anything done because I'm too busy just being in my head. And and some of it's insecurity, some of it's I think, like I said, subconscious. You just you put it off because you make excuses like, I can't do that today because I'm waiting on so and so to do this, and I'm waiting on this person to do that, and I don't like the way this ink pen writes, so I gotta get a new ink pen. That kind of stuff happens, and you're stuck dealing with it however you can deal with it. And you don't know how to do it. You don't know how to explain to people. And I find it better that if I do, me personally, this isn't for everybody, and you shouldn't do this if you don't feel comfortable, but I hate when people stare at me. I hate when people watch me and whatever. But when I'm accountable for things, I tend to do better. So if I'm like, hey, I'm on this diet. I weigh 260 pounds. Next week, I write, hey, I'm on this diet, 258 pounds. I'm not doing that for validation. I'm doing that for accountability. And that's kind of what this is, Crash versus Real Life. It's where I take the things I want to do. I've been wanting to do vlogs for a long time. I want to learn video editing. I want to learn photography. There's some sketch comedy and some writing things I want to do, and it's just overwhelming, and I just move on to the next thing, and I move on to the next thing, and I just never sit down and do it. But all that stuff can be kind of slowly learned through the process of this vlog. And like I said, just doing the vlog is gonna focus on the video editing, a little bit of audio editing, photography, color grading, things like that. And so that's cool, but along the process, along the way, I want to kind of just add more stuff in and have y'all watch me do it and see where it goes, see where it leads, see if I can push myself. And that's what Crash versus Real Life is, because so often I'm just trapped in my head. I'm not dealing with real life. I'm not learning I can buy a bunch of cameras and say I'm gonna be a photographer. I can buy DJ equipment and say I'm gonna DJ. I can buy recording equipment and say I'm gonna have my own studio. But if I never learn any of this stuff, it's not gonna do itself. It's not gonna record people. It's not gonna take its own pictures. You can have the best stuff in the world, but if you don't learn how to use it and you're just buying stuff, then you're just gonna have like a freaking junk store in your house. And I don't want to ever be that, and I want to learn, and I also just don't want to be just stuck, and I want to learn stuff. I want to do stuff. There's other stuff besides just learning and that kind of stuff is, I've always kind of kept myself sheltered. I don't go places by myself. If you know me, I don't drive. I don't like driving. I freak out on the road, and some people don't understand that because you haven't dealt with it. It's an irrational, subconscious fear, but it's there, and I can't control it. It's like if you not to stick your finger in a light socket, right? It's not even like you're scared or whatever. It's just like, I'm not doing that. That's stupid. And it's almost like that in your brain, except it's not as conscious. It's just kind of back there. Like, I don't drive. I don't. You're not driving, and but it's not like, oh my God, I'm scared to drive. It's not that. But if I was to get in the car right now, start to back up, I'd be a little bit nervous, and I'd probably make it to Highway 16, and when I got on 16 and the cars started coming by me, I'd get all nervous, and then I'd eventually just have to pull over because I wouldn't even be able to do it. But it's something in my brain. It's not something I'm controlling. Like if you ask me, are you scared to drive? I'm scared to drive. What's the worst that can happen? But it's something in your head that you can't control. It's not a conscious thing. There was things like I take an Uber now, but I used to would never in my life would even dream of taking an Uber. Didn't like going into stores by myself. So there's been a little bit of evolution, I guess you could say, in myself, like trying to push myself. I take medicine now. I go to doctor's appointments. I can go places by myself. I live by myself. I can function by myself now, but there's still certain little things, but I also don't push myself to do anything. So that's the thing. Like for instance, I want to take a trip to New Orleans by myself. Go out there, I don't live far from New Orleans. Go out there, spend the weekend, walk around, do whatever I want to do, but be by myself. Enjoy that. How many times can I say in my life that I was out of town by myself for a full weekend, just chilling? Never. That's never happened, because when you don't drive and you don't, go places and do anything, the extent of places I've been by myself is my house. I don't do it. So I'm gonna push myself to do things, and I got a couple different vlogs. I got the bullshit report coming out with David Falcone. Got the Recycle Nerd News coming out with David Falcone. I want to do a wrestling one with him and maybe a couple other people. Who knows, we might bring not another PC podcast back. I haven't talked to those guys, but the bullshit report will be very similar to that, so maybe they'll just come on if they want to come on that one. I'm not sure, but the plan is to do this. I want to set myself a reasonable goal. So right now I'm gonna say like a year. I'm gonna do Crash versus Real Life for a year. I can't tell you about any of that other stuff, but Crash versus Real Life for a year, hopefully weekly. I'm gonna say weekly. Crash versus Real Life for a year, weekly. We're gonna see what happens. I don't know if this is a good idea. It probably makes noise in the microphone. That's the other thing. I gotta learn all that stuff. And you're gonna see lightings are gonna change, quality's gonna change, because I'm gonna constantly be forcing myself to learn. But anyways, this has been the first episode. Next week, who knows what y'all gonna get on Crash vs. Real Life. I'm gonna try to do something a little bit more interesting than just explaining this. But I really wanted y'all to know about the anxiety and the depression I deal with. And I really didn't get too much into it, man, but it's really controlled my life for a long time. And, I felt like that was that's where I needed to start. Needed to tell y'all, why I feel like I'm doing this. This is very uncomfortable for me. People think I'm friendly, they think I'm outgoing, but those same people think I'm an alcoholic. You want to know why? Because those go hand in hand. It's literally the alcohol. There is no me going out and doing all that without being drunk or something, you know. And I'm trying not to do all that. I'm trying to evolve as a person. It's Crash versus real life, but it really should be called Blake versus real life, because this is a journey that I'm gonna take, where I'm gonna change, and I'm gonna try to do things. But I want y'all to come with me. I want y'all to hit the like and the subscribe button, share with people, hopefully be a little supportive. Don't talk too much shit about me. And it's gonna be a struggle for me to make myself do this every week. So, you know, if anything, I'm not gonna beg y'all every week, like, please like and share and subscribe, please. But I'm gonna let y'all know on this journey that it's gonna help me a lot. The likes and the shares and the comments and love and support, and hopefully through some of this, as I can open up more and talk about this kind of stuff, anxiety and stuff, hopefully I can help a couple other people here and there, and maybe, you know, I don't know. But anyways, it's probably super awkward, super weird, but I'm gonna get off here, and we're about to shoot the bullshit report and the weekly recycle nerd news. We're gonna have 2-Minute Tuesdays coming out. Crash Dummy Corleone and a Family. It's gonna be a once a month thing. Lots of stuff going down. Just stay tuned, stick with us. I'm sorry I keep saying but gotta work that out. Gotta work out them kinks. Anyways, I promise y'all we're gonna get better and better and better. Even the other shows, it's gonna take a little practice, and I'm gonna learn, and hopefully some of the other people want to learn and take on a little bit of responsibility. But if not, more for me to learn. I just hope y'all continue on this journey with me, not for me, well, for me too, you know. Let's Crash versus real life, episode 1.